The original pop a cappella wizards are singing a song originally sung by an umbrella-wielding witch. This is going to be magical. But there's also a danger it could be boring. You see, we've all heard My Favorite Things a million times by now, so I'm hoping that Pentatonix will be able to show us today that you can teach a new song new tricks. I teach my cover coach ADs that the songs that you choose to cover should already be embedded in your audience's consciousness. And one great way you can do that is by covering a truly classic cultural song. But there are a couple of things that you need to get right in order to pull that off. When you're covering a classic song, you need to stay true to the character of the original. You also need to make sure that you bring in some kind of modern twist as well so that it is different. Speaking of different, you need to make sure that it's unique and different from everybody else's cover of that song. Either speed it up or slow it down, do something like that. And finally, you need to make sure that your setting for the song, the location, the environment that you create surrounding it is perfect to tell the story the way that you want to tell it. Hey cover artists, my name is Phil Longstaff Smith, but that's kind of a long name, so people around here call me Coach Phil. Here at Cover Coach, we deep dive and learn from what the best cover artists on the internet are doing in their covers so that you can unlock your fan base and unleash your talent. I'm hoping that we're going to get a masterclass from Pentatonix in how to recover an old song. See what I did there? Without further ado, let's roll the tape, shall we? Oh, this is so cool. Oh my goodness. Look at that set. Actually, look at that set. That is absolutely awesome. So in our cover checklist for covering classic songs, we know that we need to make sure that the actual set, the actual environment that has been created by you in order to tell the story of the song that you want to be able to tell is absolutely spot on. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that every single thing that you can see in the scene here, it's all telling the story of this quirky, magical place, which is of course perfect for a song that was originally sung by a witch.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, red copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Oh my goodness, the arrangement that these guys have done of this song is absolutely perfect. What an ingenious thing to do to actually speed the song up to make it even more bouncy. Bum 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 bum. It's just perfect. And the thing is, guys, if you can speed your covers up a little bit, you know, especially if you're covering an older song, just like in the checklist, if you can speed it up, then what that's going to do is it's going to keep your audience engaged for longer rather than slowing it down. There are times when it's absolutely appropriate to slow a song down, but I think this is a perfect choice here that they've sped it up to really engage a more modern audience. Perfect Pentatonix move.
Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver light winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Ah, love it. But we really need to talk about Kirsten's higher note there. The nerd goggles can mean only one thing. It's music nerd time. So I just want to talk on Kirsten's pronunciation and the way that this is actually helping her to create this amazing sound that she's got. So she goes, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't, and then it's here that we're talking about, then I don't feel so bad. Okay, it's this feel part. See if you can get there before I do on why I've actually stopped on this.
I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Did you spot it? She never sang feel so bad. She actually sang veal so bad. Well, I'm not sure that Kirsten actually needed to sing it in this way in order to do the technique that I'm talking about. But when you add voice to a usually unvoiced consonant. What that does is it keeps the voice engaged as you go from one note up to this higher note. And what does that mean? Well, basically guys, when you're singing, you've got different types of consonants. Some of them are unvoiced, like f, k, s, but some of them are voiced, like g, v, z. If you literally sing it the way that it is in English, and it's then I don't feel so bad. Well, as you go, what you're literally doing is throwing breath away, because an unvoiced consonant is your quickest way to lose breath. So not only have you given all of your breath away for no reason, you then need to re-engage your voice in order to hit that top note with hardly any breath left. So one of the best things that you can do is actually keep the voice engaged as you go from these lower pitches up into the higher pitches, and the way that you do that is by making these unvoiced consonants into a voiced consonant. But of course you're going to sound stupid if you actually sing and then I don't feel so bad. It's so obvious. Well, it's about getting that right blend of where does the stop and the begin, okay? And if you listen, it's so subtle the way that she does it, but she keeps the voice engaged the whole time. Do I think that Kirsten would have been absolutely fine on that note without this trick? Yes, I do, because I think she's got a much higher range than that. Just before I take the nerd goggles off, I should also say that I actually got this tip from an amazing operatic singer called Lucas Meacham, and so I want to give absolute credit to him.
When I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things.
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels,
Joy bells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles.
Nice! Guys, I'm stopping here just to speak to the cover artist. If you are only here for the reaction, just fast forward a couple of seconds and you can get back on with that. Guys, I know that there is nothing more frustrating as a cover artist than making your covers and sending them out one after the other, and that subscriber count just never seems to move. You put so much time and effort into making the most amazing covers that you know how to do, only when you release them, nobody seems to care. And growing a fan base around your covers seems to be this impossible mystery that you just can't solve. You think all the time of how cool it would be to be stopped on the street and for somebody to actually say to you, oh my goodness, it's you from the internet, I love what you do. And wouldn't it be amazing if when you actually released your covers, you had this loyal fan base of people who were literally there on the edge of their seats waiting to comment, tell you what they thought of it, engage with you as part of the community. I totally get where you're coming from, and I want to be an ambassador for cover artists. And so I've actually put together a totally free course. You can get it from the link in the description. This is going to walk you through exactly what you need to do and the way that you need to think in order to become the kind of successful cover artist that you dream of being. You're finally going to know the real reason why nobody seems to care about your covers and what you need to do about it. You'll learn what needs to be in place in order to convert viewers into loyal subscribers, as well as the steps that you need to take to get people to love you as well as your music. It's totally free and you can do it today and start making the difference that you want to make with your cover artist brand. Hit the link in the description to get instant access to the knowledge that you need in order to create a dedicated fan base around your covers.
cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels,
Joy bells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles.
wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my
Love the way all of these voices are coming together now.
Dog bites when the bee stings. When I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite
Veal?
things, and then I don't feel so bad.
There, she didn't need to do it that time. I just love how the director has put everybody in these old-fashioned costumes, and yet Kevin here has been able to sort of pull off this modern-looking jacket and hoodie idea. Absolutely spot on. You know, as I was saying before about putting that modern twist onto an old-fashioned song, well, the clothes that you wear will also add to that too. I have a new game for us to play, and it's called the Cover Olympics. And it's just a bit of competitive fun for us to see what we all think are the best 5 covers of the year. So here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna put a pinned comment in the comment section, and in that comment is going to be my favorite covers of the year so far, along with just like a basic score that I've given to each one. You guys are then going to reply to that comment with your rating out of 10 for Pentatonix's My Favorite Things. I will then do all of the averaging, and we're going to get a final score out of 10 for Pentatonix My Favorite Things, and then that's going to either, it might get into the top 10 leaderboard, or it might not make it. But if it does get into the top 5, by the way, it's 5, not 10, the top 5 leaderboard, then that will mean that one of the ones that is already there is going to be knocked off. And what we're going to do is, with every reaction that I make, we're going to rate the cover. Whether you're part of the fan base of the Pentatonix or not, you can still join in, rate the cover, and then we're going to see kind of when we get to maybe Christmas time, we'll see exactly what it is that our audience here at Cover Coach thought was the best cover of 2021. So give an honest score, and if you want to actually leave a proper comment on this video about the video or discussing it with me or whatever you guys would normally do that in the normal comment section, but your actual score that you're giving to Pentatonix My Favorite Things, that is going to go as a reply to my pinned comment. So just a bit of fun for us, guys. We'll see how we do with it. Such amazing harmonies.
When I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
How much of the cover checklist were Pentatonix able to actually pull off in their version? And of course there are different ways of doing it, but I feel like the cover checklist that I provide here at Cover Coach is just a surefire way. If you're going to do a classic song, then this is going to give you the best chance of doing well with it. So on our list, the first thing was, did they keep the original character of the song? And I definitely feel like they did. The whole quirkiness of it and the way that they were in character the whole time, it just felt right. So yes, definitely kept the original character. Also adding in a modern twist. Oh my goodness, those beats that were put down there by Kevin added the most amazing modern twist into this very, very classic song. Not to mention as well that they changed the tempo, which is our fourth thing. Let's just tick it right now. It was very, very unique from the other covers that you're going to find of this song. And that environment that they created, that set with all of the different mise en scène things that they put in there, so that the set told the story that they wanted to tell just as much as their singing was, which is absolutely what you need to be doing with your covers. To see more about how setting your cover in its own unique world will drastically make your cover song so much more engaging, go ahead and click the short playlist that I've made for you, which has got some of the best cover artists on the platform there, and you're going to learn a lot. Have a fun day, guys. Bye.